I would like to see a Lich here.
Oh, there it is. You
Thank
got
you.
it.
Yeah, that was
You
just
got it.
because of what our theory was basically about the physical damage reduction. So, makes sense. But also the
Yeah,
right
it
click
does.
damage and the headshot, so.
You protect the Lina. You protect the Lina from both the Marcy and the Sniper. That's very important pretty much during the duration of the take game. The Frost Shield is there, so the Sniper isn't doing enough damage, and then if the Lina has enough HP to just continue the chase, you can get on top of the Sniper, especially in the parts of the game where Lina has the BKB and Sniper doesn't have too many saves on his side. So that's probably going to be something that Unity, at least with these three, if it comes down to them having to hunt down the Sniper, how they'll approach it.
Behold the horn of Magnus.
Let's look at what our counters list is gonna look like. See if I
This
can
is a good
get
Magnus pick.
this to open up.
While you're opening.
Yeah,
up
yeah.
your
Go
stats.
ahead. I'm reading some tricky stats here.
The Magnus is amazing, actually. You need a BKB piercing disable against the Lina. That's nice. And now they get some burst. Not the biggest fan of the Lion, but considering if you have a lot of stuns in a Sniper game, it's gonna be good enough. And we talked about the Slark already, so it's gonna be the one you go for. Still, this is where the Lion comes in. If the Slark is alone, you can catch him.
So now what I was able to bring up against this is also for all of you viewers who want to learn a bit about Dota hero matchups and drafting. Lich is actually top 2 versus the Sniper. Top 1 currently is the Bloodseeker. The Bloodseeker has won all of the games, but that's not a direct reply. He's a hero who has so much mobility and a decent amount of attack damage, plus the Basher usually built up, is the reason how you so easily get to the Sniper. Lich reduces the damage output of the Sniper, and Slark is actually top 6. Has been played 2 games and has won both matches. Other heroes against the Sniper, Lina is there, 2 games, 2 wins. There are heroes like the Silencer, 75%, Mars, 75%, Disruptor, 75%. But that's mostly because Disruptor has usually always been in the drafts. And most likely against the Sniper too. The Glimpse is just a very powerful tool to force out the BKBs, the movement items that Sniper has, the Shard, the Force Staffs and stuff. So just a little nut to crack.
Yeah, that Disruptor actually does make sense. Sniper likes to move back, shoot, play the game like that against the Disruptor is just not easy to do, because as you're giving ground to your enemies, it becomes more and more dangerous for you to get caught. But yeah, those heroes, we're not gonna be seeing them. Slark is in. I think this is a really solid pick. The Unity Gaming, they would do really well with the Vision hero. Slark does give night vision, but so does the Sniper. So in that regard, the two teams are now equal. And if I was any of them, I would like to turn it into my favor with the Vision hero. Execration can't really get it unless this is a Magnus mid. I doubt you have like a mid laner that's gonna give Vision, maybe a Puck, but Unity Gaming, they need an off laner, and a Vision one would be amazing. So nice Stalker ban, I like that.
Also pretty curious about Execration here and the way that they're drafting. This is the first time Sniper is playing with Magnus or with Lion in this tournament. They have never been paired together.
I mean, Magnus and the Lion haven't been played that much overall, and we see Snipers from time to time. So it does make sense with the heroes not being very strong in the current meta. So they go for the Ember. That is somewhat of a Vision hero, but doesn't, with an Ember until later on, you don't really want to dive too deep. I have to say it's not the best Ember game, especially if you want to be the first one in, because there's the Sinister Gaze, the Avalanche. All of these are spells that keep you in place and just set up for the Lina to bring you down. Plus, you're a melee hero versus a Lina in the mid lane. Maybe though they put the Sniper in the mid lane, but then this Marcy pick isn't as strong as it should be.
I really like Unity Gaming's situation currently, because
Sure.
the Slark is great against the Sniper, and the Lina is very good against the Ember in the mid lane matchup. If that were the case, we bring a Pango. Is that an off lane Pango we're looking at then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zhao Yu with the Pango, and Salad bringing up the support Tiny. So yeah, I'm gonna say Unity just wins all lanes. I'm gonna go with a bold prediction here. They're gonna win all lanes here.
I don't think they're gonna win all lanes, but I think they're gonna win the game. The Pango winning against the Sniper is very tough, especially against the Sniper Marcy, if that's how Execration won a lane, and I think it is. So I'm I'm not sure if you lose all the lanes if you're Execration, but there's gonna be this timing in Unity. Lina wins the mid, the supports start rotating towards that one, and then you can just find openings around the map. I think after the laning stage ends completely, like around the first power rune, second power rune, that's when it could start being problematic for Execration.
Could be. It's one perspective to look at it for sure. I think this Lina just wins the matchup against the Ember Spirit.
Yep.
Pango should basically should just tie up the lane against Palos on the sniper. Like that's what we're most likely looking at. But I feel like they could still beat the lane. I think the big question mark is MKS Slark. Is he having a good game, or is he having a good day, or is he not having a good day?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, because Magnus can be good at spamming out the lane, and that isn't something that Slark wants. You have a Lich to protect you, but physical damage is pretty low on the side of Execration, so they're gonna be bullying the Slark. So I think Execration, they have ways to win the side lanes. For a mid lane, you know, it's survival for Bob.
So a survival story, which could basically be the theme for this one. Getting in and getting out. Do they have the better team fight or not? How long is this game gonna stretch? RP, one of the best late game abilities that there is. A BKB piercing AoE stun, always nice to have. And of course on a Blink hero too. Blink Hex on Lion. Marcy, that can basically turn into a core. In later phases of the game with a BKB, already becomes a very big hero. And that level 18 Unleash is pretty crazy. A lot of attack speed and a lot of pulse damage, which is also being dealt. And the right-click damage just amplifies a lot with Marcy's talents. And usually the basher pickup when you get to that phase. That is, if you get that far.
A lot of the game is going to be revolving around this Lina. Are they going to be able to RP the Lina? Are they going to be able to kill her through the BKB? Are they going to be able to jump her and stuff like that? Execration, that is the hero that they're going to be hunting for, and that is the hero that Unity Gaming wants to play around of. So gonna be really cool to see how well Unity Gaming protects the Lina and how well Execration can create circumstances to catch her as well.
MKS already scouting out in advance for the ward, but Bob is going to be there. Bob, the content creator, at least in the games that we've watched. Earlier on this tournament, it was actually quite fun listening to, I think it was Ares and Danog. Danog's references to Bob's gameplay. I talked with him a bit from time to time, and you know, he always brings a smile to my face when we have Bob as a topic. I was like, all right, yeah, this guy is just he's just built different.
Yeah, a lot of the players in Dota right now, they're afraid to die, like they're gonna die in real life. Bob is like, nah, this is just a game, you know, you respawn if you die. It doesn't matter if you dive the enemy fountain.
Why you have to be mad? Bounty runes spawning. Execration able to secure the bottom half. And why am I seeing an eHome logo in the game? Wow. Oh, okay. So yeah, you people might be watching Unity Gaming, but if I'm just gonna give you a quick funny. I mean, this is honestly a bit funny. So I'm gonna hide the UI for 2 seconds and look at the Unity logo disappear. And hello, it's eHome.
Yeah, I see it as well.
Boys
it's not that
been,
funny, Panda.
It's not that funny. Oh, come on. Like, suddenly a China team has found its way into SEA. Yeah, probably just a little mishap in the lobby. Nothing too special about that. You know, I just love these small things, you know, like when you've cast so many games, you just get to a point where like all the small things become so silly and funny. Yeah, it's just you know, I've been doing this for what, almost 6 years now.
The real thing is I'm going crazy. That's what you were trying to say. But very cool thing happened on the bottom lane. The Pango tried to go for the shield crash and Carlo disposed him, and then the shield crash doesn't connect. I don't think we're gonna be getting too many of those, but it is very nice to see a play like that.
Salad. Pretty low on HP. Carlo actually missing out on a couple of right clicks there. cast cancel with the orb walk. MKS is also in trouble in the top lane. Law with the Lich. Level 1 Frost Blast only. Slark does hit level 2 to have Pounce and the Essence Shift. Not in a very fortuitous situation. At least the early seconds. I almost said Evo. I almost said Eho because this logo is really, really putting me off here. Not the fantastic early seconds or early minutes here for Unity Gaming. But they'll bounce back.
Yeah.
I still believe. I still believe.
Very good approach to the laning phase from Execration, just to constantly bully the Slark. Look at this, they're not even looking at LW.
Yep, and Slark going down for the first time. Potentially bounce comes out. Lion almost down. Lich will secure the trade-off kill. At the same time, Palos has been found. So Salad with the tree toss secures a kill on both carries actually dying.
I see that people are going for this build on the sniper more and more. We're just not going for the shrapnel. But against two melee heroes, I really expected him to get multiple points in shrapnel, because once you use all of your spells on Unity Gaming, you cannot run, you cannot chase. There's nothing you can do against the level 2 shrapnel. So I was kind of expecting Palos to put some emphasis into that one.
Early damage coming out. Lina denying the water rune right in front of Bob's eyes. And Salad did actually just get in range for the bottle refill for Knight. Or did he? It did look like he did actually get to trade it off.
Either way, though, Knight will get the bottle refill on the water rune, and Bob is just having a really bad time. He's telling his supports, come on, someone go and die, please. I need a bottle refill right now. But at least he has a healing salve to keep him somewhat healthy in the lane.
Law getting a pull out, but Tino Shanks. Tino doesn't have a point in Empower. He's gone for 2 points in Shockwave. Right now, just happy with the last hitting. What is going on in this pull? Slark having to farm under the tower. Slark is he's not necessarily the best hero to farm under the tower. His damage rolls are kind of weird from time to time, but he does ramp up in damage quite nicely. And an attempt onto the Lion. Shanks gets the stun off, but so does the Pounce connect. He does get the Hex off as well. Frost Blast is there. MKS just a couple hits to finish off the job. There's a Shockwave available, and he's going to skewer him away and keep Shanks alive. That's a nice play from Tino.
Yeah, he came at a perfect moment as well, where Unity Gaming are completely invested in that one. They're already missing a ton of creeps. They really want that kill. And Tino was already able to deny some creeps, get some creeps for himself, and even save his buddy.
Mid lane matchup for Bob. Getting a tiny bit better. There goes MKS. Oh dear. Well, they're not winning top.
Bottom is going well for Unity Gaming though.
Yeah. Salad.
And mid lane.
Finding up with Carl. Yeah, mid lane's going fantastic. Top lane, not so good. Law is going to go down here with the next hit from Tino, or Shanks is going to finish it off. He's going to leave it for Tino. He sees the hero walk straight into his arms. He's going to be happy. Happy picking this one off, and that's 3 kills in the top lane.
It's gonna become even worse now. The Magnus has the arcane boost, so they can just spam their hearts out. And you know, you have these sticks on the Lich and the Slark, but as there are more levels in the Shockwave, you just can't survive through the damage.
Palos, 23 CS. Midas Sniper. What do you think about that?
Well, it's okay. If you're still going for this, you know, headshot build, the attack speed is going to be quite nice. You don't have to go for the Mask of Madness, so you can get away with like a Maelstrom or something along those lines.
That's what I would say too.
Yeah, and Ember and the Magnus take a lot of farm around the map, so it does make sense that you would want to have a way to get the maximum amount of farm with the minimal amount of creeps.
Salad. Making a move towards the mid lane. They want to fight for the top rune, but Shanks already in position for the stun. There's the avalanche. Salad will take away the illusion rune. They want this Lina kill. Carlo coming in from the back. And Marcy will help them out. They will take down Shanks. The LSA stun nicely placed down, but the slate still too dangerous. Lina way too close. They will be able to clear this one out.
Marcy lost some big jumping power there. Gonna be needing to to hit the gym because did you see that rebound? He didn't
Yep.
even get close. Luckily, they did have the sleight of fist to finish off the Lina, and that's big. That's big with the Lina dying. That is the hero that you
Magnus
kind of
dying.
want to focus on.
Could actually be huge here. Skewer into stun. No empower
see?
still, and there's another fear taunt coming out from Law, but Tino is still too strong, and Lich is actually now in trouble. And that will be Shanks taking the kill. And there's the Impale stun Slark. He's going to pounce in a second. He's going to turn around and try to kill Tino. RP comes out, though, as he waits for the Dark Pact, but he's going to be able to pounce away. MT has 40 HP. Shockwave.
Nowhere to
Mana
run.
coming up in 10, but it's not going to be enough.
Ooh, he's okay. They're actually fine with letting him go. He's gonna have to take a long walk back to the lane, so even not dying there, not the biggest of deals
Costly.
for Execration.
It is costly. It's going to buy a lot of time.
sure.
Slark not farming. Already last in last hits. And last in farm. Oh man, look at net worth. Shanks is almost past the Slark.
Yep, MKS is having a really bad time.
Yeah.
Execration knew exactly what they were doing against the Slark lane.
Yeah, that's the reason why bold predictions are never good to throw in, right?
No, I
Knew everything correctly here. Xiaoyu, he's gonna go down, and Palos looking for a second kill onto Salad. That sidekick giving so much extra damage for him, and securing a double, or at least 2 kills, in the bottom lane for Execration.
And he did go for more points in Shrapnel. I like this. You see just how strong it is against the melee heroes.
Ooh. I mean, I like the Giga Chat build more. Bob with his DD rune. He's gonna finish off this Lina. Slate will finish him off. Salad TP's in, but a bit too late for it. And Carlo and Shanks could actually kill the Tiny here. Toss comes out. Avalanche is there to interrupt, but
dead.
tossed in with the Dispose. And Bob. Palos actually yoinks the kill in between with a shrapnel and a right-click tick. And to the mid tower they go.
Yeah, they want this one open. Looking at their heroes, they will have a Magnus blink. It's gonna be easy to capitalize on it. But Magnus went for a mech first.
Yeah, Pango rolling in onto Shanks. Will get a stun onto the Lion a couple times. Zhao gets stuck inside the trees. Does get the swashbuckle off. Laguna Blade used onto Bob, but Bob still surviving. And the mid tower, 55 HP. They're going to have to deny it. And Palos wants to get in between to get that one hit in. Not going to be there on time. Law placing down the wards. He sees that Execration are moving away.
And I got scared there for Bob, but then I remembered he has been in much worse situations than this one that he intentionally puts himself in there. And yeah, because of it, he's gonna have a sense of how far he can go. So the side of Unity Gaming couldn't get the kill, and this is a problem for Unity Gaming. Their lineup is pretty snowbally. And you have this Lina that should have crushed the mid lane. Now she's behind the Ember Spirit. Her tower is gone. You're going to have to turn to the jungle. You don't really have heroes that can make plays. You're going to have to rely on the Pango, who himself hasn't been having the greatest of times.
Yeah, not exactly. I'm surprised about Carlo's build here. He's gone for 3 points in rebound. But with Bob, that's going to be a stun with a pretty big radius. Catching Salad. Sidekick being used, no chains, but a big slate. Bob still chasing all the way. Another remnant is available if required, but not needed here, as another dispose becomes available for Carlo.
Rebound is now a necessity for the Marcy because level 1, the range just isn't there. So it is a spell that will be maxed out from now on for the Marcy. You won't be able to get away with the sidekick max.
Denied.
Carlo gets the D ward despite the Lich already sending the projectile flying. Marcy just attacks much faster. 11-3 with a 3k lead for Execration.
Yep. I think when you were making the bold prediction, you switched sides there. That Ecom logo.
Oh, it's just a caster curse, right? Oh, top lane, Tino. Tino, who was playing one of the biggest baits we've seen in BTS Pro Series, where he was diving tier 4 towers with his Pango, forces out the glyph, he rolls out to safety, and almost dies, and forces out the enemies basically into a bait. They just killed the enemy carry and the four-man gank from all directions. That was a beautiful bait play.
They killed the Magnus, which was quite nice there. He uses the skewer, and Salad at the same point tosses the Slark. So the Slark gets on top of the Magnus. But still, every single time Unity Gaming are making these plays, getting some kills going their way, they're losing something on the map. This time around, it was the Lina dying to the finger. And even the Emperor gets the last hit, and Shanks gets the finger of death kill stack. So pretty much perfect for Execration.
Yeah, a lot of movement to the bottom half of the map. They're looking for the sniper. But Palos, he is farming safely on the edge of that tier 2 tower. If he does get jumped on, he can always ask for backup. So they're not getting to push bottom. They're losing a tier 1 in the top lane. And unsuccessful with the smoke gank. So not looking too hot for Unity.
Yeah, they don't really have good heroes to initiate with, so going into the areas of the map that they don't completely control is always going to be dangerous for them. Yeah, their lineup is just only good at farming right now, and that's going to allow Execration to get towards the blink on the Magnus, and then the real slaughter does start. The blink on the Magnus, the blink on the line, those are the things that you need to be afraid of if you're Unity Gaming. But I'm looking at their heroes, and I just can't find a way for them to be more aggressive on the Execration lineup currently.
Yeah, they feel like it just requires a lot of time.
Yep.
You don't have a playmaker if you don't have a blink dagger in your team, and Tiny 1700 gold short from it too. They're actually finding the Lich here. Had been placing wards down for some time. Is going to get dewarded right away by Execration, but it is a support for a tower. It is still a trade that they're willing to take. Slark battling the Sniper in the top lane, but who wins this battle? Sniper is a lot more farmed, so Slark has to ulti away.
Has to run from the Sniper. It's not even a contest at this point. Your ulti also lasts for a very low amount of time, and you don't heal just enough. But very good play from Execration. What they did there, before they are about to completely let go of the bottom tower, they left a ward in their jungle. So once the Lich came over to ward, they knew he was there, and while the heroes from Unity Gaming were taking down the bottom tower, you go into your jungle and you clean out. So now Unity Gaming, they need to use another smoke if they want control of the bottom part of the map.
Alright. Oh. Law MKS onto Tino. Nicely canceling the skewer here. He was thinking about RPing for a second, but as he's already used his skewer, there was no exit. There was no way to get out. And that's a DD Lina and a smoke, by the way.
No BKB, so he has to be careful also not to die because the finger is ready.
Well, they see Carlo. Carlo's gonna get surprised. LSA stunned to follow up to make sure they get the kill. It goes for Law. That DD rune has almost run its course too.
But at least you get the kill. You are forcing Execration to the top part of the map. You want them here because you need the bottom lane open right now. So forcing down those DPs is quite big.
Interesting fight breaking loose here. Lion not in a position he wants to be in as he gets tossed in. Oh, he missed the RP. No connection there. MKS still fighting the Magnus under the tower. Uses his ulti, and the LSA not going to connect, but there is a Carlo on the move. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's a Sniper surrounded by enemies. TP cancelled, and Palos down. And with no RP, there is no turnaround.
What a move from Unity Gaming, man. They are so adept at playing Dota like this, especially MKS and Zhao Yu, that they come over, and now they can leave the triangle knowing that even if they go out of this part of the map, they're gonna have the other parts to play as well because of that move. Just beautiful things, forcing Execution into so many mistakes.
Bob, very low mana, but he's extending here. Trying to get some damage out onto Unity. They were probably suspecting if they were to go Roshan, but this is a horrible Roshan lineup at least this early into the game. They're just keeping up the pressure and poking them away. Bob, 0 mana right now.
These are the kind of things that can cost you the game if you're Execration. You had everything in your hands. Unity Gaming didn't have a way to make a play, and they just walk into your triangle, and you whip all of your spells while losing so many heroes in the process, just because you're like, protect the Ancients, we need that stack, But the thing is, you don't really need that stack as much as you need your heroes to survive and get the second round of items going their way. But with this, it is a chance for Unity to come back completely.
Yep, and they found themselves a Lion kill. Zhao Yu working on his Blink Dagger, while the Tiny is still making progress towards his. Lich is not going to be very as lucky here. He does get a nice ulti, which is going to bounce several times back and forth. MKS actually sees an opening here and wants to go onto Bob. Bob hasn't got any mana, and MKS
No
with the
mana.
Diffusal Blade, he's completely drained. This is a Bob going down to MKS. Bob stayed for way too long in that top lane, and it costs him his life. He's been low mana ever since that chase next to the Roshan pit.
And he hasn't been going to the base. Knight is in a too
He
aggressive
hasn't been
position.
the same ever since. Shanks with the stun on Lina. There's a nice finger used there with the help of Palos. They've taken down the Lina. It's a
But
good
they're in
kill.
trouble themselves. Oh no, okay, they're gonna be fine. It looked like Unity Gaming were gonna be storming down the mid lane.
They are still pondering their options here. Frost
They have
shield
really
used
good
from the
vision.
Slark. They have to move out. Carlo coming in from the side. Sentry placed down. No obs. Yeah, it's just scouting out, trying to get some movements there. And if you get jumped on, there's still always the Lion you can rebound off of.
Very nice move from Execration to kill the Lina. I think what Unity Gaming were banging on is that, okay, we're gonna stay in this triangle. They're gonna think we're running towards the Lina and they will come into the triangle. We're gonna get multiple kills. But it ended up being greedy because they immediately just ran onto the Lina, killed her, and by that move they immediately sent Unity out of their triangle and also protected their tower.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Net worth suddenly looking to be tied right now. They've caught up quite nicely. Slark, who was almost getting bypassed by Lion early on, is now actually ahead of all the cores of Execration. So MKS Slark, like I kind of pointed out, he's a bit of a wild card into this game. Is he gonna have a good Dota day, or is he gonna have a bad Dota day? He got some good stun connections on Bob. Bob has nowhere to go. Carlo right there on the back line. MKS is hunting for more. They finish off Carlo. Double kill for Xiao Yu. And the mid tower to go down. Unity Gaming finding good openings.
It was looking so good for Execration, not any longer. They are gonna start to lack damage now until they get their second round of items, mainly the BKB on the Ember, because they need him to live for him to dish out the damage. And I mean, it doesn't look like he can live. We talked about it during the draft. Lich, Tiny, Lina, these are really strong counters for the Ember.
Execration hasn't really been having a lot of rejoice with kills. The last time they killed a hero was over 5 minutes ago. So maybe now, onto the Lich. All right, well, he's found 4 enemies. Actually found 5 enemies, and yeah, maybe other core is going to be making their way out. MKS still wants a piece of this this Shanks Lion. He's going to get it. But is this too risky, MKS? Did he just chew a bit too much that he can bite? Purchase the chains onto the low ground. Carlo finds the stun. RP is there. Yeah.
He's gone.
MKS, way too optimistic there. I think that was totally unnecessary.
Slark players always like playing over the edge because that is the way that this hero works. You're just always kind of close to dying, but not really. And then you feel like even early in the game that you can't go for plays like this. Obviously, ends up being a mistake. But
Harry,
you know, if the Magnus was a bit back, it would have been fine.
do you know the way? We got a stun on Palos here. He's not getting anywhere out of this Rolling Thunder. Get some backup here in the form of Shanks and the rest of the team. They do take down his courier. Salad down. Palos is still alive, and Pango dead too. Unity giving away a couple heroes here. Very good attempt at the start, but then you're like, well, where's the damage coming from? That's kind of what we need right now.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have Slark in the fight. Slark has always been kind of close to the fights, farming nearby and finishing people off, but this time around he was dead and they just wanted a quick sniper kill. But when you look at the sniper, he's by no means a easy target. The armor, 19, 1800 HP plus as a Hurricane Pike, so very tough to kill. And he even got disarmed there when he got the sidekick, so it would have been even harder if there was no lucky shot from the Pango.
Yeah, and he also still is holding on to some raindrops, so that also gives him technically some extra HP.
Not any longer though. He sells them and he
Alright.
gets a Crystallis. So the damage output of Palace now It is scary. But Unity Gaming, considering their start, they're still gonna be very happy how this game is developing. Sniper is strong, but we all know at some point in the game the hero will drop off. And the first big timing for Unity Gaming, where the sniper is gonna be in trouble, is the Axe on the Slark.
I actually want to see Palos' damage when he has Empower and Sidekick. Because he's already got Empower. So he's about 190 damage. 189 if I calculated correct. Rolling Thunder used in smoke, but to no avail. They're looking at the Slark in the bottom lane. Link available on the line. They locate the Slark with the Slight and with the Hex. MKS down. Slark suffering his 4th death of a game.
Getting greedy because he wanted the Axe. He understands how big of a timing it is for his team, and that currently it's very tough for them to fight without it. So he stays on the bottom lane a little bit too long. Even though they knew that Execration, they were making a move towards bottom, he still gets caught. And they knew because of the Rolling Thunder usage in the mid lane and not catching anyone. They knew the part of the map that Execration moved towards to.
This has been a pretty grim game, basically, right now for Unity. Laning stage was rough. Then they had a good phase going, and now it's been quite some time since they actually have been able to score anything here. Like Execration continues to have a nice roll, nice flow of kills. Unity just kind of, you know, came to a not a stalemate even. It just feels like a mistake after a mistake here and there.
Their lineup just relies on getting multiple kills from one action, continuing to snowball after one good move. So this doesn't have to mean much. Now once they kill Tino, they can continue with the aggression. That's most likely what they're gonna do. The only problem is Lina is lacking resources.
Yeah, she needs her mana back up until she can do something, but is making some fair progress towards the Silver Edge. Has the TP boots lined up. They're looking at Shanks here. Salad. He's gonna go for it. Avalanche comes out. Frost Shield is there. Shanks is getting a 2-man stun. This is always the risk of the Lion, that that stun duration might allow somebody to teleport in, but they're just gonna let him die.
You see their lineup, it's we get a kill and we go for more. The only reason they didn't like super commit for big fights right now is because Slark and Lina were finishing up the items. But now with the Slark Ags, losing a hero for Execration is gonna be an even bigger deal. You have to make sure that always all 5 of you are alive, or even if one of you dies, you need to have your heroes together and protected by vision.
Still sitting around this tier 2 area. Execration goes into the Roche Pit. And actually, now's a good chance to look at the damage on Paul. Yep, he hits for 250 damage and has a Crystallis.
Yeah, he's gonna be packing a punch for sure. TP's got cancelled, so this bottom tier 2 should go down.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like 1 HP.
They're gonna understand.
There we go.
But the TPs were coming in, and Execration got scared for a second. Someone probably called out, "No!" And they're like, "Okay, stop. We're not coming over. Let them have it. The Roche is just good enough."
All right. Still a 2k lead, but it's a very marginable lead. The the Sniper, still in very good spirits. 15k almost built up on Palos.
That butterfly is gonna be the time when Execration are looking to overtake the game, to get the lead back into their favor, to get the lead high enough so that Unity Esports can't get it back. Because that is the thing. Sniper, after that item, will most likely fall off. There's gonna be MKBs coming out,
look at the
and
approach.
your items are gonna start counted.
Look at the approach from Unity. They're coming from 4 different angles.
Yeah, but that means that they're not together.
They're gonna find themselves the first kill, potentially. It's Bob on the Ember Spirit. That's a great start. MKS dodges a stun. RP on 2. Palos goes into Silver Edge. He wants to take some distance before he starts shooting. He almost takes Lich down with 1 shot. Takes down Salad as well. But Execration, they've lost everybody else. MKS and Xiaoyu cleaning out the backline. LSA, Xiaoyu even lands on top of him, but he's already out. They got everything except the Aegis and the Sniper. So yeah, Unity basically closing out every single exit, allowing them to take a fight which actually spreads out Execration in so many different areas, so many individual fights. Palos. Oh, Palos wants to go for the deadly poke onto the Lina. Now actually gets jumped by MKS. MKS doesn't have an ulti for 10 seconds. He has to jump out. Sniper
Yeah, without the
strong.
ulti, you're not fighting him. You're not fighting him without the ulti. The take aim plus the headshot, you're not gonna get the hits that you need to kill him. But MKS is fine with that. You get a couple of those, you get even more Essence Shift stacks, and you want to continue going forward as well. Just force the enemy TPs there. That was a mistake from Bob, not popping the BKB. The enemies were spread around. You could have picked off the supports one by one and then used the RP to win the fight. But because he died, they didn't have the ability to just run around and finish people off.
Still a 5k lead for them, even though the Aegis is on the sniper. Killing Palos twice is what they need to do. On the back line, MKS finds Carlo. Carlo breaks the pounce with the Force Staff. Salak Blink. Tango also with the Blink. More staffs on their side. They need to save them. The Avalanche toss onto 2 and onto the sniper. MKS jumping the back line right away. Law coming in with a buyback. They're going to lose Shanks. They're going to lose Salad. MKS still chasing Tino. Tino can't get into a good angle, and his RP is just about to come off cooldown. But he is down. He's dead. He won't be able to get it. So you're going to get chained up by Bob. Bob is going to get hit by the stun from Knight. Knight with a Laguna Blade. They're going to clean him out. They're so very close to killing the Ember, but not enough. Now Marcy turning around with the Unleash has to take a man fight here and has to tank a bullet for the team. But Law walking in for the Sinister Gaze. Palos, you are history. Unity Gaming cleaning them out. This time getting both the Aegis and the Sniper in the second life. And getting 4 for just 2 heroes.
MKS is just doing a great job in the fight. He is latching onto the Magnus there and not allowing him to escape, while the rest of his team are poking Execration, not really committing because they understand the dangers of the sniper just bringing them down. So they're poking, not taking that much damage, even buying back on the support there to make sure that the fight lasts long enough for Slark to clean up the backline, and then once they converge onto the center, onto the sniper, is just over.
Oh, this tower's gonna get denied. Or is it MKS actually jumps in between, takes the last hit of the tower, and leaves Magnus to by himself. The Lich ulti. Oh, it's a beautiful one. It's gonna be bouncing all the way. And Tito is gonna get killed by it too. Sniper still respawning in 10 seconds. So they were taking a short-handed fight. And they just, Unity, they smell opportunity, and they definitely punish them for it.
Yeah, that is the name of the game here. Every single opportunity that was given for them, they used it, and they want to go for more.
Oh, double Force Stab to save Palos. Salad, that was a good attempt.
2 buybacks. You get 2 buybacks out of that. More than happy.
Yep,
And
still a good attempt, yeah.
MKS is gonna get the shard. Bad thing about the shard in this game, Magnus can pull you out of it. Good thing, delaying the fight even further. That's the thing. You're jumping the Magnus, you're jumping the backlines, you're creating space in the fight, and that's gonna allow you to do it even more. And MKS, he knows it's his job. He doesn't have to kill anyone. It's all about allowing his teammates to slowly get closer and slowly strangle Execration. So this is a very tough position for Execration, because Sniper is still topping the network chart, but his butterfly timing isn't gonna be as strong as I initially thought, because they lost a couple of fights in a row.
Not gonna be the easiest now for Execration to find footing. Still, Magnus, the RP, if he lands a good RP, it's always an advantage. Plus, they have the Empower to buff up their cores, which gives them that extra punch. The sidekick is still very, very good. But like you already talked about, that Shroud, basically on the Slark. This is one of the reasons which makes Slark such a good counter to the Sniper. Sniper can't hit you. You have ulti and then you have Shroud. You have 2 ways. They're going to get the Hex on the Slark, and that's a great start. He has a BKB, which he is going to pop if he can just survive the damage. No, he can't. 5 versus 1. Bullied in the schoolyard.
good call from Unity to just run away. They know without the Slark, it's not a fight. They need a
Oh, they're
chaotic fight.
TPing in. This is so good. Execration.
Very good.
See, they're opening here. Two-man chains coming out, but the instant force steps. They're going to be moving away. Avalanche, still the stun catches Xiaoyu. The Pango going to have moved away, and no friends, but the Black Dragon brings in the Lich ulti to bounce from Tino back to Bob and back to Tino. They get a response kill. Xiaoyu will finish off Carlo and tries to TP away, stunning the sniper. Will do just that.
Nice disengage there. They got 2 kills, so Unity are gonna be pretty happy with that one. It will create space for their Slark to come back, but at least the sniper will finish off his butterfly. We'll see how much that changes.
They found Shanks. What was that?
You're laughing at Shanks. You're like, haha, you died. Yeah, but he did miss the stun, right, on Knight?
That is such a pirate move. Trying to hide behind a tree in the river. It's like I am stealth. I am sneaky.
Not gonna be sneaky enough though. Unity, they are gonna get the Slark back into the game. He's starting to. What happened?
Xiaoyu just challenged an Ember illusion to a gauntlet, and it actually got accepted by Bob. So interesting. I don't know you can do that.
Huh? I learn something new each day. You know. So.
I love it.
Bob accepts the challenge, but still. Lina going for an AC, doesn't want to go for an MKB. I guess, yeah, it is the job of the Slark to stay on top of a sniper. I like that he got a BKB as well. If the fight is long, Unity Gaming will win. That's just how it goes. If the Slark can stay into the backlines long enough, keep 1 or 2 heroes away from his teammates, and the fight draws out, at some point you get the win. Execration, they are relying on the jump in with the Lion, Hex, Finger, a hero dies, and that is how you would want the ideal fight to go.
The only thing that's rolling in my head right now is not even actually game related, but the fact that you can throw a gauntlet challenge to an illusion. What happens if the hero is already dead and you throw a gauntlet challenge? Do you just win it right away?
Yeah, I was also thinking about that, Panda. I can't get it off my mind here.
That's why it was so funny, because I was like, is that another way to check if this is an illusion or a real hero?
Oh.
But it actually sends the challenge to the main hero, so because you are able to challenge. So that's actually smart that you can do that. Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, I can't. It's like using Rubik's spell steal on illusion. It just tells you no spells to steal, or it doesn't work on this unit. It just gives you the EMOP. So that's one way as a Rubik to always check if that's an illusion or not. So I was thinking, can you use the gauntlets for that same purpose? But apparently you can't. But you can still challenge them. That's nice. You don't win it.
There were times when those little things could have an impact on the game, the festivities added. Yeah, but I think that Valve they're not gonna make those kind of mistakes any longer.
Yeah, it's not a pay-to-win game.
Apart from the PA Arcana, though most of the people got that one now with the free Arcana that was given. They bring down Salad, but at a cost of Roche. And oh, maybe they can catch them on the retreat.
Almost getting the Roche last hit with the Shrapnel. Cypher going to be caught in the front line, already down to 500 HP. Trying to regenerate, but nothing to regenerate from the Shroud. Is covering 3 heroes. And they are all invulnerable for the Sniper's right clicks. That must be super frustrating for the Sniper to Law. Beautiful engagement there. Gets the Sinister Gaze thanks to the Force Staff. He pulls him in. Xiaoyu follows up with the Pango. And once MKS shows up with the Shroud, once their stuns are basically used, there's 3 or 4 heroes inside that, including a Pango ulti. But you can't see the hero when you're still getting stunned.
I can imagine the cores of Unity crying, oh, he has a butterfly, we can't hit him. But then Law is like, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, it's like we have a better butterfly on our side. Lina will get blown up. Laguna Blade is up in 3 seconds. It will be useful for them to continue this push. MKS wants to reset. Backdoor protection is up for now. And they're actually going to let go completely.
They're scared.
Fake back, fake back, fake back. Xiaoyu actually stays. He's going to push out the wave. But they're right outside of vision. And now they're going to go back in. MKS going to finish off the job that they started. Glyph has been used. 14 seconds for Sniper. 25 for Marcy.
Clark needs to be in front to give the vision, and then the Lina can do whatever she wants.
Really afraid here, but also playing it super safe. Sometimes the best approach.
Yeah, what you want to do with Execration there is jump in, hex someone, and then skewer them back. The thing is, with the Slark Knight vision, it's just not possible to do. So MKS, he wasn't the one with the Aegis, so he was staying behind, but then he understood, okay, the Aegis doesn't help my Lina, the vision actually does.
20k lead here for Unity.
Panda in the next lobby. Put your real team tag on. It's being a problem to my cast.
Is this your new org? What happened with Unity? MKS gonna use his ult D. He knows his ult has a much shorter cooldown than the Shroud. You've got 45 seconds on Shadow Dance. You have 75 seconds on Depth Shroud.
Sometimes I see Slarks make a mistake, kind of valuing the Depth Shroud, the Shadow Dance over the Depth Shroud, but the cooldown just makes it a no contest. You should always go first for the Shadow Dance, unless you're saving people.
Shrapnel on the high ground. Spot Salad. Tino finding a Lich. Welcome home. Aeon Disc will be popped. Carlo is actually killed off by Knight. Carlo was right next to the outpost. I think they were looking to do the same that Unity did to Execration earlier on inside the Roche Pit, trying to cover all exits.
This Lich hasn't died for 10 minutes. Last time he died, he immediately bought back. That was that mid lane fight, if I remember correctly. So his death timer is gonna be quite high now. But yeah, look at him. He's level 18. This Lich has been a beast in the game. And Unity, they have a 20k gold lead. You're up against the sniper lineup, and the BKB on Palos. That's the last thing that kind of gives him a timing where he can possibly fight. But probably this game looks like it's over and it's Unity's to lose.
That is a very intriguing item right there. We haven't seen anybody use Spell Prism today.
Who's gonna use it?
Is nobody gonna use it?
Her? You really want the Cloak of Flames?
Yeah, well, I was a bit disappointed that the Spell Prism wasn't used earlier on today, but there was also no hero that would actually enjoy having it because of all the other neutrals being much better.
Okay, Magnus wants the Psychic Cat ban. That one I can understand. But the Ember staying with the Cloak of Flames, that one is weird to me because he doesn't really get too close. He's mostly poking from the back.
Guess the extra armor is handy against the Lina, knowing that the Lina's damage output is ramping up. It's getting even bigger and bigger. She's going for a Hex next. Like that item pickup. Palos sees Knight. Shanks goes in with a Hex, and they open fire at the same time. He just get the BKB off and inside the Shroud. Nothing to target. RP comes out from Tino. In the battle of MKS versus the Sniper. They're both missing every single right click. They're just not doing any damage to either of them. And MKS now popping his ulti, still on the chase. Carlo right in front of him. He will be getting rid of the Marcy. Xiao Yu bullying the Sniper, and now overpowering, or are they? They got themselves in the horn toss and dropping low. They will be able to take down Palos, but they will lose both of them in here. It's a 1v1. Bob versus Law. Who wins this one? There's an Aeon Disc on the Lich though. But he's got no TP. Bob still slowed up. Misses the slate. He might just use a remnant. Oh, he doesn't have the mana for it. He's going to have to run the old-fashioned way. Let's run. Run, let's run. Run! It's gonna be. It is actually gonna be a mad fight. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Beat him up. Come on. Can Bob actually beat this one? Because he has a lot of damage to worry about. Sniper giving vision with the courier. There's a gem on it. Please hit this courier. Maybe. Oh. No. And the fun ends.
Is that how you think this little kitty cat sounds? Please hit the curry. that could have been close, but yeah, I didn't see Lich winning that one. Ice versus Fire. Fire is most likely gonna be coming out on top there. So in the end, the Lich melts. He was the one that survived for the longest there. I think he would have been able to escape.
That is such Pokemon logic you're using right there. The Dota doesn't work that way.
What? No way.
That Fire beats Ice.
Right now. I've been playing this game for a very long time, and Ember Spirit always does well against the Lich.
So you're okay. So the hero matchup, yes, but the elements.
Yeah, he's fire and this guy's ice. So it makes sense.
Dude, I live in Finland. Ice beats fire every day. It's fucking cold here, man. Well, not really. Not right now. Usually it is.
Okay. Anyways,
I need to bring you here someday.
Sure. Finland sounds like a cool place. You know, go. Do you have some lakes? You know, the frozen ones that we can
We
jump
have a
into?
million lakes in this country.
Awesome.
We can go in any lake. You can pick any lake you want. We'll go there. And do some ice fishing. Pango is doing some pango fishing, though. Gonna bounce back that head. Yeah, I don't know what he's bouncing back here. Looks like he's just bonking heads right now. Bob hunting gets another victory against Law. Fire definitely beats Ice in this game. Two kills for him.
Execration have been able to find the jumps. This is what their lineup is good at. So Unity Gaming, they're gonna have to be a little bit more careful with the BKB on the sniper and the refresher on the Ember. This is the timing where Execration, they don't have to get the first pick in the fight, but it's much easier for them to do so. So it's actually a really good timing for them to go back into the game. We talked about Sniper dropping off, but the Ember is rising in power. Considering that Bob was the only one that survived the previous fight, he gets a full item, a lot of levels as well.
There's some really enjoyable orb walking here from the Sniper. Super satisfying. He's got a lot of attack speed, meaning he has to click his mouse even faster, but he's doing it in a very nice rhythm.
And he's level 25 on the Sniper as well. Went for the attack range. I expected the shrapnel just because of the vision in the fight, because the fights tend to be very much all over the place, and you want to have vision, kind of the idea what's happening, just to use the shrapnel all around. But he goes with the attack range. Considering he has the ninja gear, maybe the right way to go, just to always stay super far behind, and then the Slark needs 2 pounces to get on top of you.
They're smoking up, and MKS showing up in the mid lane. Has to be careful with his Dark Pact usage now. And if he does need the Lich to be somewhere nearby. Roshan up in 3 seconds. KS crossing into the jungle. Did he get scouted out by Vision? He did. They saw him. They see the Slark. Hollows. Ninja Gear. Salad is right there, and there we go. The initiation. Lotus Orb comes out fast though, as Lion is gonna get himself hexed at the same time. RP on the Pango, and Knight, look at these right clicks. Lina just throwing him, dishing him out. They're gonna take down Carlo. Ember jumping out of the fight as well. Tino's TP gonna get cancelled. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Bob, he's on the run, and Sniper, he's also far gone from this fight. But hey, Mr. Roshan is in the pits.
Mr.
Roshan, you don't have to put on the red lights. Roshan.
You know you're singing about dead people here. That's not nice. I'm just kidding. Of course, honoring Roche even in his death, that's fine. But that Lotus Orb from the Pango, just a game-winning thing from Zhao. I have no idea how he responded
Pixel
so
perfect.
fast.
Pixel perfect.
I don't know.
Hey. MKS lands on top of Sniper, but Sniper turns around like, get out of my lawn. And that's Gyrocopter. Probably not imitating him. Salad wanting to close the gap. Now he also takes a couple hits into his face. Moving up the Assassinate. They're going to jump the backline. MKS wants to take rid of this Carlo Marcy in the front, though. And Slyon's going to get stunned right in front of the fountain stairs. MKS does have a jump available to get back into safety here, or at least into a safety distance. Bob still on the hunt. No remnant jumps, though. They're going to have to catch this MKS Slark inside the base. He's going to be BKB. Going to turn around with the first hit. Bash LSA stun. Look at the blade gone. Deleted. And he comes back in. But Tino, he's got himself 2 heroes. Pango in the tree line. Looking for the teleport away. He's got a blink available too. Xiao Yu on the run. Almost swashbuckles through the base. Genius. And there we go. What a beautiful play. Oh.
Okay, Zhao Yu is, whatever happens in this game, even if they lose, he's my MVP. That's just beautiful what he's doing in this game. The Lotus Orb usages, the spell usages, now surviving when he had no right to do so. Everything was awesome coming out from this Pango, but very nice turnaround on the Slark. He had the refresher shard in the backpack, and then he put it there, and it was like, okay, he's gonna die, he's gonna die. He pops it, goes for the ulti, goes for another BKB, and that all baits Execration into that chase where they lose multiple heroes and they have to buy back.
Yeah, they're gonna fight this one back, just with the two of them. Gonna clean out Carlo. Tino looking for the toss. The horn toss distance, plus Xiaoyu still swashbuckling much further away. Gonna be feeling safe. Shanks and Tino, they did have a tiny nearby.
It has become now super hard for Execration because they lost 2 lanes of racks, and you have a lineup that needs to be seeing where the enemies are. He has the cheese.
I don't think he wants to use it here. Tino.
I get him.
Oh.
He's like, the casters are praising the Pango. I need to be awesome myself, and then it just ends up falling flat.
Xiaoyu just kind of teleporting, getting stuck, and basically setting himself up there, but Tino RPs before the blink.
You also have to be very careful how you blink. RP has a good range, but not that high.
And here goes Magnus. No RP available. Shanks is going to get caught too, and MKS 29 stacks of Ascent Shift. He still had a couple remaining from the previous engagement. They almost all ran out, but he had... now he can keep up even more. Bob on the other side of the map, though. Law. Nice, out of vision.
He's under his own wards. But Slark is coming.
Oh, he sees him now. And Lina coming from the other side. Tag teamed.
Okay, that's probably GG now. 2 heroes without buybacks, and Unity Gaming had this lineup that likes to jump the back lines. Slark can pretty much go into the fountain if need be. And I'm kind of thinking that's what MKS is going to be gunning for. You get one more hero who doesn't have a buyback while your teammates are getting the tower and their axes down. The Slark is just going to be jumping into the fountains and pushing the enemies back. They need to kill him.
RP 30. Still gonna have to wait for that to be up.
Without it, no chance. There's absolutely no chance. Sniper does pack a punch.
Does Palos. Oh, he's already targeted. Roll up on top of him. LSA stun. They do get themselves a bit of extra distance, but Sniper still no way he's gonna live for this. MKS gonna be sent into the fountain, but hey, I'm just gonna pop my ulti and I'm gonna be all good with it. Palos, who just bought back, needs a bit of extra distance. There's a Lich ulti, bouncing back and forth. Gonna take down Carlo. Knight is also out of the Roche pit now. And an RP coming out, but the Lich taunt! Law! He will prevent any further losses from happening. And Unity, they are cleaning base. They're cleaning it all out. Lina, as the age is lost.
Not gonna feel bad about praising Zhao Yu that much because Law has played a beautiful game as well. The positioning of the Lich, the understanding, the spell usage, especially his ultis, have won some fights as well. His movements, his warding, everything was 1 point. Still Zhao Yu, maybe slightly better, but that Sinister Gaze was just beautiful coming out from Law.
That will also close out our first game as Unity cleaning out the remnants of the base and taking down the Ancient. That will be them. Pushing themselves to 7 points now.
Yep, Unity Gaming, very, very clean game. They had a lot of trouble in the laning stage, but that move into the enemy triangle and Execration going there, I think that was, for me, the biggest point in the game because Unity Gaming, at that point, they don't have a play. And Execration just one by one, give them the kills, give the gold lead back, and allow this Slark to come into the game as strong as he did. And then once MKS got to a point where you just jump the backlines and you can't die, it was actually so easy for the rest of Unity Gaming to perform in this game.
Yeah, that was... I feel like I'm still waiting for Execration to pop off, but, you know, Unity, we kind of talked this through in the draft that they definitely do have the stronger heroes in a sense, though there's always the Magnus RP. There's still the Sniper who can be effective later on, but just too many worries. Lina late game and Slark late game just always seem to win games.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna go, especially against the Sniper. You know, you pick this Slark just to make sure that he doesn't have a good time. And Execration's their whole lineup revolved around the fact that the sniper will be able to stand his ground and shoot, and then you always have the Magnus to turn the fight around. Just never got to that point where the sniper was strong enough to end the game, even though the game started in a perfect way for Execration.
Yeah, exactly. And now 1-0 lead here for Unity Gaming. Let's see if they can keep this going. They've already pushed themselves into the bare minimum of keeping themselves in the into the playoff round. But they can still make it all the way to the upper bracket, leading that if they win all their series, they've got 2 more tomorrow, and they would like to finish this one as a 2-0. But Execration, they also need those points. We'll be back to find out what happens in Game 2.